was a history-making day for football fans out on the Jemez Reservation.
Here to tell us what made this afternoon's prep football game so special is KOAT Sports Director Bob Brown.
You know, I love that part of New Mexico, too, and this was really neat. Literally, it was like 5 yards and a cloud of dust as the Cougars of Walatowa High Charter School hosted the Roadrunners from the New Mexico School for the Deaf in the first home game in school history.
Good luck. Join your team.
It was a long time coming, but for the first time in the history of the Jemez Valley, football fans were treated to a home game. This is the first year of football at Walatowa High Charter School, and while their newly formed football field is all dirt, for these kids and this community, Thursday's gridiron clash was the realization of a dream.
It's a first, the first team in the valley, so you've got to have pride, you know? It doesn't really matter what we have. It's just as long as we can play, as long as we can leave it all out on the field, that's what we need.
If kids are going to play, they're going to play anywhere. People play in the sandlot. I hear sandlot baseball all the time, and there's no grass out there either, so it's pretty much just sandlot football, and it's real great just to get the kids involved in the sport.
Yet to win a game going into their season finale this week. It's been a rough, rocky, and very dusty start for the Cougars. But then again, that's exactly what it is for these student athletes, a start.
It's not disappointing that we haven't won, but it's really exciting that we're able to field the team. Like we've said before, it's our first year, the first ever program in this valley, so it's really exciting.
Well, I don't look at success with wins and losses. Records mean nothing to me, so it's just I measure our success in how our team has grown and how we've excelled over what we had when we started.
All right, stick around because coming up a little later in sports, we're going to tell you how they fared in their one and only home game this season. You know, it's kind of weird because if you're a senior on the team, you played your first and only home game.
Look like the fans could tailgate and watch the game at the same time.
That's pretty neat. I'll tell you what, they were having a great time up there.
I bet.
All right.
Good combination. Thanks, Bob.
On to the Jemez Valley now. That is where Walatowa High hosted the New Mexico School for the Deaf in the first home game in school history today. And the Cougars, this is their field of dreams. This is what's called sandlot football at its best. Playing on their newly formed dirt field, it's a day these kids and this community will never forget.
It's a first, the first team in the valley, so you've got to have pride, you know? It doesn't really matter what we have. It's just as long as we can play, as long as we can leave it all out on the field, that's what we need.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's pretty unbelievable, actually. Took it on a whim, and it's something I've always thought about doing, always liked to do, and I got the opportunity to do it, and I'm trying to make the best of it.
So how did the Cougars come out in their history-making game today? Well, despite jumping out to an early lead on this Dylan Toa touchdown run early in the first quarter, the Cougars will not win a game this season in their inaugural season. They finish 0-5 as the Roadrunners from the New Mexico School for the Deaf came from behind to beat Walatowa this afternoon 38-29.